Namaskar, hello and a very warm welcome to CIET NCERT's special live phone-in program, and this is a series on cyber safety and security. Today is Friday, and every Friday we take up a topic related to this series, and our today's topic is data security and digital footprint. Now, what exactly is digital footprint? You will get to know every detail regarding this from our expert, and we have an expert with us. Let me introduce her to all of you. She is Ms. Karanpreet Kaur. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Ma'am is a project engineer from Applied Information Security Division, CDAC, Mohali, and she'll be talking about data security and digital footprint throughout next 1 hour, that is till 5 o'clock. And if you have any questions, any queries regarding this topic, please feel free to give us a call on our number, which is 8800440559. If you want to email us, our email ID would be cybersafety@ciet.nic.in. That is being flashed on your screens at this moment. You're watching us on PM eVidya channel number 6 to channel number 12, and also on our YouTube channel, which is NCERT Official. In the live chat box, you can write down your queries, your questions, anything you have in your mind regarding this topic, then please share them with us. So we'll be waiting for your questions, and we'll try to take up your questions towards the end of our program. And now let's begin this discussion, and we would like to ask ma'am that what exactly are we going to understand in this program titled Data Security and Digital Footprint? Ma'am.
Thank you so much. So as you told, today we'll be discussing about data security and digital footprinting, which is one of the very important thing to know these days when cyber crime is increasing. You know, there are many reasons why data security is important to our organization, to any organization in industry, maybe all over the world, you can say. So organizations are legally obliged to protect customers and user data from being lost or stolen and ending up in the wrong hands. So, for example, you can take like industry and in state regulations, there are various bodies such as GDPR, which is General Data Protection Regulation. Right? HIPAA is one of the another example, which is related to Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Similarly, PCI DSS, that is Payment Card Industry Data Security Standards. So in this way, data cybersecurity is very crucial, plays very crucial role in preventing the reputation risk that accompanies a data breach. Okay, so we'll be discussing all these benefits, what actually data security is, what digital footprinting is, what is email security, what is browser security, how we can rectify the various kind of flaws which are there in our usage, and you will get to know many things about it.
Okay, so ma'am, shall we begin with the definition of data security and digital footprint?
Definitely, ma'am. So let's start with this. So as we all know that we are going to cover these topics regarding, as you can see, the outlines, that is desktop or laptop that we use in our daily life, that also require security. So data security related to that, then digital footprinting, password security, browser security, USB security, and finally we'll be discussing about security awareness tips. So the main reason why we need security, that is data security, in a way data security is very easy to define by looking at the benefits. You know, it keeps us safe, it helps to keep your reputation clean, it gives you a competitive edge, as well as it saves on support and development cost. So you see, data security is very important, and why we are focusing on data security, you can see that today, as shown in this slide, that an unexpected success is there. Like in 1990s, we were having just basic connectivity with internet, and in 2000s we have implemented various websites that were application specific online content, and in 2010s we had that cloud buzzword, right, wherein applications or data are deployed all over the cloud. And now today in 2020s we are talking about IoTs, that is Internet of Things. You can say each and every person is carrying a device, that is a smartphone or a laptop, and she is generating data in every second. We are taking selfies and uploading it. We are generating huge lot of data that includes our mails, your whatever messages you send, whatever comments you give. So technology is evolving day by day, and similarly usage is also evolving. So you can say in this century, 2020s, the user base, that is the internet user base, has increased up to like double the using. That is why we have now started to shift up to IPv6 rather than IPv4. Presently, we were using IP addresses which were 4 billion in number. But now, with the user base increasing, we'll be shifting to the next version of IPs, that is IPv6. Okay, so we'll be discussing it in the upcoming slides, wherein security problems are also evolving. Not only technology is evolving, but the security issues are also evolving. So you can say that if problems are evolving, their solutions must also evolve, and it should never stop. This evolution should never stop. So this means success to us. Okay, so if we talk about data and information security, data and information both are interrelated to each other. If we talk about data and information, then a processed form of data is known as information. And information security is like, you can say it is a process of protecting the intellectual property of an organization. You need to minimize the risk of exposing that information to some unauthorized or bad hands, you can say. Okay, so in this way there are n number of measures which can be taken so that your data cannot be exposed, and hence you protect your data and prevail data security. Now, why we need data security is another big thing, another significant thing. So to ensure availability of business, you take an example of one, maybe a restaurant. Okay, now here this restaurant is famous for some very good recipe which is known worldwide. Okay, so people from all over the world are coming to taste or enjoy that recipe. So if this particular information is stolen by some other restaurant which is a competitor one, then that particular restaurant, which was a new restaurant, it won't be having any significance now, because the secret recipe is shared by all, is leaked, right? So this is how your business availability can be lost. Not only you can see just a recipe can be very important data. So it's not about what data is important or what information is important. Each and every, a smallest information can be very important. Okay. So we need to take care of what, whether there is some loss of confidentiality of the data or integrity of data or availability of that information asset is there or not. Okay, we need to protect this entire data, because if data is lost, nobody is going to rely on us. Nobody is going to it will be complete brand and reputation loss. And along with that, not only this, it will also lead to the if we implement data security, it will lead to increased productivity through the best practice, and hence making higher level of assurance. Okay? So this is why data security is very important. Along with that, in case of disaster recovery and business continuity, you definitely need to have data security. Okay? So further, we will discuss about types of hackers. So you see, this data, when it is important, we need someone to protect it. Like if we talk about some building, then there are security guards in the entrance of that building. Right? They check you, they scan you whenever you are entering any building, any building. So similarly, hackers are the one which are security people, and they are again of various kinds. Like if we talk about the type of hackers, then these are white hat hackers, black hat hackers, and gray hat hackers. So white hat hackers, as the name suggests, white, that means good guys. These are good in nature. They help us to maintain security. And black hat hackers are those which are like people who are looking for their own benefits, their own interest, you know. And gray hat hackers are people who are in between black and white. That is somewhat they are working for our security, and railway somewhere around they are working illegally also. Okay. Then another type or another category of hackers are script kiddies. These are those people who call themselves as hackers, but they are not that equipped with. They are just learning people or beginners, you can say. They have interest in doing these things, security things, but they are not pro in that. Okay. Then another category is ethical hacker, wherein some organization hire you, and then you are like a security person, and this is also known as sneaker. And this security person checks all the vulnerabilities or weaknesses which are present in the organization's asset and report them in order to solve it. So now you know what data security is, what kind of people who handle data security. Now you need to know what they secure. Okay, so most of the time, whenever we talk about data security, the first thing that come up into our mind is internet, right? We often use internet, and for everything and many things and everything we use internet. Even now we are connected using internet only, right? So how a web application or a website works, it should be known to us, like not in technical details, but in layman language or in generic detail. So we all use internet for various purposes, let it be educational purposes, let it be social media or e-commerce or shopping purposes, or even for buying food and many other details. There are n number of applications of internet nowadays. So here you can see in the slide, there is a diagram which shows you how a website works. Now here on the left side, a user is trying to submit his shopping cart order on website. Now this website is connected, how this website, this computer is connected to the internet, right? It is connected to the internet. And further, at the server side, there are routers, firewalls, various switches, and then there are web servers. There's a huge, you can say, army of web servers which are standing hereby to check whether you are an authenticated user to access to this website or not. Okay, so web application and website are both same things. Once you reach this web server place, then web server are going to check your credentials. If your credentials do not match to the registered user, you will be stopped here only. So you can see here, these web servers are like gatekeepers. Okay, will not allow you to get inside the main web application server if you are not having valid credentials. So they are going to check your authentication. And further, if you give your valid credentials, you can access that website, and hence you can also access the database. Okay, with the help of database server. So this is how your website works. And if we talk about now, another picture came wherein attacks occur. If we talk about that, this particular website we were talking about is being attacked by some attacker, then what kind of attacks he can do? So these all things I am like discussing all these things so that we get to introduce you like how data security works. Right now we know what kind of people attacks it, that are known as hackers. Right now we know what kind of things are attacked, that are websites, and then we need to know that what are the various attacks. You see, when we got ill, then we need to know first, we need to diagnose what kind of disease we have, right? Then we also need to know, like, if this is the disease, then this should be its medicine, right? So similarly, we should first know what kind of problem is there, only then we can give its solution. Okay, so attacker is having an attack, and these are the various types of attack, like malware attack, phishing attack, password attack, DDoS attack, man in the middle attack, drive-by download, maladvertising, and rogue software. And similarly, malware is what? Malware means malicious software. Now, malicious software is what? Whenever we, let's say we are entering into a website and that website is not a genuine website, and we do not know what is going on at the back end, we just click links without knowing its purpose, right? And we fall into like downloading some software. The moment we click some software, that link, then we land up into like we get downloaded some software which is malicious in nature. Maybe it will give, it will slow your execution process, your system will get slow. Similarly, for phishing also, phishing is another kind of attack wherein you are given, you can say emails, you get emails that you will get a gift hamper of this much CR, kindly click it. And the moment you click it, all your data gets, lost. And further, we have password attack wherein the attacker attacks on the password, right? They can guess your password, or even there are various algorithms that can guess your password. Okay. Similarly, there is DDoS attack, that is distributed denial of service attack, wherein this server is being requested by millions of users at a time. Okay, and once they are attacking, servers stop giving response to those requests. Okay, so there are various kind of attacks. I'm just giving glimpse of these kind of attacks. They are entire domain you can work with. Okay. Similarly, there is man in the middle attack, wherein when you and your server, you both are communicating, then a third person sits between and he sniffs your credit card details and making any kind of transaction from those with the help of those details. So this is man in the middle attack. Okay. Similarly, drive-by download is a kind of attack wherein you do not know what you are downloading. Like you are downloading an authentic file, but under the cover of that file, you will be downloading some malicious data. Okay, so this is called drive-by download. Similarly, maladvertising is like some bad stuff or some illegal, you can say, content is shown to you. And rogue software is that software which will be there in your system, but it will be handled by someone else. Okay, so this is like rogue software. Then next one is how an attacker attacks. Now same scenario I'm discussing again. Like earlier we said that a shopping like person is shopping here. Okay, so similarly, if hacker tends to sniff your credentials, now he injects some SQL command or some database or custom web application, and it is now sniffing that data, right?
Okay, so like ma'am is explaining that how an attacker can attack. There are multiple ways, and through the picture we can understand what she's trying to explain. So let's ask her the same thing. Ma'am, would you like to explain this picture, that how an attacker attacks?
Right. So this picture explains that there is a hacker. He is now intending like he is a genuine user. With the help of SQL command in the database, he has already sniffed the credentials, that is credit card details of the person, and now he is he's acting as a normal user. He is going through the web server, and because he is having credentials, he can easily pass through the web server, right? Now he can deface this website, he can make changes in the database, and he can make n number of, you can say, loss or damage to this website. So this is how an attacker attacks, and we need to secure our this entire thing. Okay, so this attacker can attack at the server side also. This attacker can attack at this network side also, and this attacker can attack at the browser side as well. So you see the layers where this attacker can attack. So we need to safeguard ourselves from all these things, right? So for that, we should know what data protection is. Mainly, data security is the process of preventing and detecting unauthorized data of your computer. You can say you need to protect your computer data from any kind of outside access. Okay, so that you can maintain confidentiality, integrity, availability, and authenticity of your data. Okay, so here you can easily explain, I can easily explain and you can understand what these all four terms mean, what do I mean by these four terms. Okay, so this is a normal flow wherein both sender and receiver both are happy. This is a normal flow wherein security prevails. Now, once there is some interruption by the attacker, then this is interruption wherein both are sad because their communication couldn't happen. Okay. Similarly, if there is some modification by this attacker, again they are unhappy because there is no security again. Similarly, another scenario arises wherein they both were communicating with each other and a third person is listening their data, then that is again a problem, which is interception. This is again a big problem. Further, another issue is fabrication, wherein sender hasn't sent that message, but the receiver has received a message which was sent by attacker, and he pretends that is he pretend like sender only. So this is called fabrication. Okay, and finally, this is a repudiation, wherein sender sends a message and he is asking, "Have you got it?" But receiver says, "I didn't got any message." And similarly, receiver asks that whether you have sent some data, and sender says, "No, I haven't sent that data." So in this way, there is a reputation or reliability loss. Okay. So all these problems lead to, if there is like first case we talk about interruption case, that is lack of availability. If there is interruption in retrieving your data or getting your data, then there is availability issue. If there is some modification in the data, then integrity is lost, right? Your data is no longer exact as it is you have sent. It is now changed, it is modified, so your integrity is lost. Similarly, in interception, whenever there some other person is sniffing your data, then your confidentiality of that data is lost. And fabrication leads to authenticity, lack of authenticity. It is no longer authentic now. And once there is no reputation, means non-reputation. So you see, these all are security issues. In data security, if these issues prevail, that means your data is no longer secure. There should be availability, there should be integrity, there should be confidentiality, authenticity, and reputation should be there. Otherwise, it is not a normal flow. Okay. So similarly, now we are going to discuss that how these confidentiality, integrity, and availability are attacked by the attacker. Okay. So for that, let's first discuss about confidentiality. Here, cracking of encrypted data is attack on confidentiality. It can be by any means, like we were discussing about man in the middle attack. Now, what actually happens in man in the middle attack? Like maybe I am a victim. Okay, I am sending my credit card details over some e-commerce website in order to buy something. I'm doing some shopping. Okay, and I'm sending my credit card details, and it is being sent in the plain text, okay, in the readable form. Over the network, when an attacker is sitting over the network, he can easily read my content, my credit card details, and hence he can use my credit card to buy anything else also. Okay, so that you can say that information which was very valuable to me is now leaked. Okay, it is now being misused by the attacker. So in this way, my confidentiality is lost. It is no longer confidential. Similarly, data leakage and unauthorized copying of sensitive data. Similar kind of issue. Then installing spyware, malware on the server. Now, what spyware and malware are? Malware we have already discussed, that is malicious software. Similarly, spyware is that, like, it is again a software wherein you even don't get to know that this spyware is installed on your system, and whatever activity you are doing on your system will be sent to the attacker system as well. So it is a kind of spy which is hosted in your system, and even it's in not in your knowledge. Okay, so this is how confidentiality is lost. Then further, if we talk about integrity, so integrity is like web penetration for malware insertion. Now we are talking about integrity issue, attack on integrity, wherein your exact message or some data is lost or changed by some third person. This is web penetration for malware insertion. Okay. Similarly, if your records are being forged, that means your whatever data you were having that was very important to you, and it is being forged. Again, this is a problem. Unauthorized database scan and remotely zombie controlling systems is another kind of attack on integrity. Okay. Then further, for availability, we have DDoS attack, wherein for DDoS, we have discussed that one server is being requested by millions of users at a time, and and that particular server stop giving replies or responses. So that is DDoS attack. And further, a ransomware attack is the attack wherein some ransom is, and that ransom is found. These attackers, they want some ransom from the genuine victim whose data is under the custody of that attacker, and for retrieving that data itself, he need to give ransom. That data belong to him, but because attacker has taken its custody, he cannot read it. Okay. So these are various kind of attacks which are there for which attacks the availability of the data. So once we are known now what kind of people are attacking, what things they are attacking, and how they are attacking. Now it's time to fix these things, these weaknesses. So you first need to identify like what kind of weakness is there in your system, whether this weakness, this vulnerability is at the server side or at the network side or at the browser side or user side, where in which layer your weakness lies. So you need to identify it first. Then you need to analyze and evaluate that if this particular vulnerability is like misused by someone, what kind of loss you can face. Okay, and then you need to treat it. Okay, like with what you will patch it with some updated software. If there is malware, then you need to check for some antiviruses. If there is some spyware, you need to go for some anti-spywares. Okay, so in this way, various attacks can be handled accordingly. So these are few virus attacks indication, like your processor, your system, that laptop or desktop, whatever you are using, it takes more time. Similarly, if it beeps like with no display, then again it shows that your system has been corrupted by virus. Okay, some drive label changes, your C drive, your D drive, your E drive, its label changed, its name changed, maybe in some unreadable format it is displayed, then again it shows that there was some virus attack. Further, if your laptop or your desktop or your phone is unable to load operating system, then again it shows that there is some virus attack. Then further, it continuously slow down. Okay, and there is an antivirus alert that please scan your system. Please freeze it it freezes frequently. Some error is found. Your few files and folders are missing, or maybe you can't open them, or they are in some encrypted format, and your drives are not accessible. So these all these things are details of how and like how your system works when it has been attacked, has been already attacked. Okay. So this was all about data security. Now we are moving forward to password security. Now by password security, we mean that whatever passwords you are having, you definitely need to make it confidential, and you need not to make it that simple. Okay. So there are few tips that what should you do. These days you are having passwords for everything, even your phone, your laptop, your social media accounts, your mail accounts, everything, each and everything is having password, and it's really difficult to manage those passwords. Here are few tips what you should do to enhance your password security, because password is again a kind of data. Okay, so for any kind of different email accounts or social media accounts, or for your devices, you need to have separate password for each and every account. Okay, don't ever reveal your password to anyone, and never write it in any location, especially in your device. You should not write it. Okay, you should write it in some secure location. As well as you need to change your password repeatedly, like within in 1 month or maybe 2 months. You definitely need to change your password, and those passwords should be strong enough. Like these days it's 8 digit in length, it is mandatory, along with some special characters and numerics, as well as capital and small letters. So in this way it adds complexity to your password, which are not easy to guess. As I show you, like one of the attack is password guessing. Okay, so your password should be such that it should not be guessed by anyone, not even your close friend or relative. Okay, it should be able to guess it. So this we have already discussed, like 8 characters should be there, uppercase, lowercase, and special characters should be there. It should be simple, it should not be simple word. One example is like this: high color 7 1 34 58. Now this kind of password is never guessed by someone. So these kind of problems wherein even husband, wife, or any of your relative cannot mess up with these passwords. Now you can see this is a real example. You can see in year 2010, in December 27, this husband faced 5-year jail for hacking wife's email. So even you cannot take advantage of you cannot mess up with anybody's passwords. Okay. So next one, our topic is USB security. Now again, another kind of issue is like data is saved in USBs also. Our pen drives, our laptops, and everything have to be tracked properly, so that your these flash drives are where your data is being stored. You should be having 100% surety that your data is safe, even if it is you are talking about USB security, if you are talking about pen drives. So a survey shows that end users most frequently copies the customer data, financial information, business plans, employee data, secure codes. These all things are stored in the USBs. So we need to see like how this USB drive can be secured. You need to manually save this file with password. Again, USB device should also have password in it. You should avoid direct plugins. That is for avoiding direct plugin. What you need to do is you need to hold a shift key and then attach that particular pen drive to your system. This will avoid direct plugins. Okay. And further, you need to lock your flash drive. Okay, there is a software named USB Safeguard. You need to lock it with this. And then there is a third-party tool named as TrueCrypt. It will encrypt your drive. Whatever data is stored in your system, in your pen drive, if you want to secure that data, you can make it in like encrypted form. You can make it in non-readable form. In this way, no third person cannot copy your data, or even can't read your data. If he can't read your data, how I will copy it? Okay, so TrueCrypt is a third-party tool which helps in encrypting the drive. Similarly, it ensures that all USB devices are checked for malware before they are connected to the network or not. So in this way, this is another theft case, that is data theft case that took place, wherein the entire this firm, it wins rupees 60 lakhs in data theft case. Okay. Okay, so it was stolen by some, like it stole some business secret and then passed it to some other firm, and it costed them 60 lakh. Okay, so these kind of security issues lead to monetary loss, financial loss, your personal reputation loss also. So you need to be very careful about wherever your data is kept. You should be known to that particular thing. Along with that, you should also protect your data, okay, by very few or like very minor and normal steps. And next we are going to talk about email security. Herein our emails are again very important part, because like today we all have email accounts and multiple email accounts, and we are having mails, and those mails are again data only, right? And we need to protect that data also, because something confidential can be there. So the basic reason of attacks on email account is that one discloses his or her password to the another, then it forget to log out from that computer, or that place wherever that particular person has logged in. So this kind of lack of awareness leads to, legal remedies to sue a bad man. So you need to be aware about that what government is making law for you, what is legal, what is illegal. So you can sue that person who is accessing your account without your permission, without your knowledge. Okay. So to scan the email header, this is one website where you can check that whether your email is safe or not. And for latest email scams, if you want to get knowledge about what kind of scams are occurring in email security, then you can go to this hoaxslayer.com, where you will get to know the updates regarding what kind of email scams are happening around the globe. And now, the tips for the same is like you need to use wiki email addresses, that you need not to use those passwords again and again for each and every website. And you should also know how to catch a fish. Now, how to catch a fish means you should know which email is, it is malicious and which email is genuine. Now, if I talk about, if there is one email which is sent by some ABCD bank, or maybe some ICICI bank, which is actually ICICI, but one extra IC is there. Now, me being an unaware person, and I'm not even using my eyes, that there is a spelling mistake, or sometimes it's like not Facebook, it is fake book. Okay, C is replaced with K. So you need to be very fishy about what data is a genuine data and what data is a malicious data. So in this way, you can easily catch wherever the attacker is making trap for you. Along with this, another tip is that do not use free Wi-Fi. This free Wi-Fi is like hub for various attackers to attack, because it's not at all secure. It do not have any password. Usually in the restaurants, hotels, airports, we got free Wi-Fi and we use it. No, but it is actually hub for the attackers. Then again, never open any junk or spam email. Okay, so that also might contain some vulnerabilities or some viruses, maybe some malware is there. So you should be very much focused about it. Similarly, we also need to know what kind of browsers are safe, because again, when we are browsing, that means we are sending and receiving data from that browser. So what URLs are safe, what web browsers are safe, we must take care about that also, because this is a game of changing tactics. You just need to know what kind of what kind of particular protocol is used. Like for banking, HTTPS is used these days. Almost all the websites are being posted on this protocol only. This is HTTPS. HTTPS means Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. So this secure word means previously these websites were hosted on HTTP. Okay, that was not secure. By secure and not secure, we mean that in HTTP, whatever data was transmitted, it was transmitted in plain text. It was not at all encrypted. But now, when we use HTTPS, this S is a, you can say, extension or advancement of HTTP. Their functionality is same. Only the difference is like whatever data is sent, it is sent in the encrypted form. So that, especially for banking transactions, you should always see that there is a lock on in front of that URL, which shows HTTPS. Okay. So otherwise, if you want to check what kind of website is this, any website, any ABCD website, you need to check its authentication, its strength, is it secure or not. You can go to these websites which I have mentioned, builtwith.com. It will give you all the details and information of that particular website. Okay, who is, then centralop.net. All these websites are meant to verify the details and detailed information of the websites, like who is the host, where this particular website is deployed, and is it safe or not, these kind of information. So you see, a URL and safe web browsing is also very important. Now, these are few tips again regarding browsers. Do not download free media. Okay? Never download free media, movies, songs, because you may never know, with along with that file, you can download some, bad data, some malicious data. Then again, do not store your payment information online. Never share your personal information to some social media account, or change, you need to change your passwords regularly. You need to update your software regularly, whether it is operating system or any application you are using. Let it be in your mobile phone or on your laptops, you definitely need to update it from time to time. Then always have antivirus and anti-spyware software. Okay, because once you are downloading something, you need to scan your file before executing. Otherwise, maybe that can be a malware, that can have viruses. So you always need to check whether it is an authentic data or not. Then watch out for phishing. Again, I told you, you should know which email or which data is like genuine one and which one is sent by the attacker. You can easily make, you can easily check it, but you need to be very vigilant. Do not reuse passwords. Okay, once you have kept the password, next time you need to, go for another password. Then again, for banking transaction, HTTPS should be used, along with privacy policies should be studied carefully. Then further, you need to avoid free Wi-Fi or public Wi-Fi, because it disables your stored password. Okay. So these are few tips regarding Android device security. Like you do not need to save all your passwords. Okay. Use Android inbuilt security. Use locks for all your apps. Right. You need to know about what app permission is. You need to know why app lock is there. Okay. Similarly, you need to secure your network also with the help of maybe Hide Ninja VPN or Wi-Fi protector. Okay. So this in turn helps you, like you can have a secure network wherein nobody can sniff what is the data which you are sending and receiving. Okay. Similarly, you need to use mobile security apps also. You need to create multiple user accounts to protect privacy, and remote wipe and track your lost device you definitely need to use. Along with, always take backup of your data. Never ever let your data get in wrong hands. Similarly, few apps which are Android apps which are there for women security, I would like to discuss those also, because we are talking about data security, and many of the cyber crimes are related to women only, because these days people misuse even the pictures which are posted by women. So it is very difficult to handle all these things, and here are few apps, like one of the very good app is Nirbhaya, the fearless app. Okay. So it For example, if you're feeling any kind of, attack nearby, then you can just shake that particular phone or app. It will give alert to the person you have fed. So he will get a notification that, okay, this particular person is residing here, and they will rush over there. Okay, similarly, I Am Shakti app is another very good app. Okay, so these kind of apps helps in women's security, and we all have Android phones, and why not to use these apps? Okay. Then further, for system security tools and website, you have various tools which can help you to enhance your system security. You can go for file analyzer, combo fix, Komodo firewalls. These all tools will safeguard your laptop, your systems, your PCs. Okay, and whenever there is some kind of attack, like virus.com is the website, nosharescanner.com is the website, they will notify you that you are being attacked, and you need to take take safety measures accordingly. And again, these are few more security tips, safety tips, that you need to use your software, antivirus softwares, and update all softwares, and use HTTPS. It takes backups again and again after like week or maybe a month. And along with that, use antiviruses. Here is a, like I'm telling, giving you this link. It will give 1 year free antivirus. Okay. So basically, to secure ourselves, first of all, like whenever we go to some crowded place, what we do? We scan ourselves, we check ourselves that what valuable thing we are carrying. So similarly, we need to assess ourselves, like what information you have, how important that information is, and how secure is it. Okay, if it is in our pocket, then we put it in some safe place, right? Similarly, your data also need to be put into some safe place. It need to be encrypted, it need to be logged, and you should also assess that what happens if that data is lost, if that data goes to the wrong hands, if that data is being misused, then what will happen. Okay, and you should also take some adequate precautions to protect that data. Like you need to use all these apps which I have told you. You need to use HTTPS website only. Okay, so these will in turn encrypt your data, and it will be safe even in the network, even when it reaches the server, and you cannot face any kind of data security issue. So this is how we have talked about digital footprinting. Okay, you need to like log out. If you have logged in into some email ID or into some social media account, you need to have phone security as well, because these days each and every OTP comes to your SIM card, to your phone. Now if you are lending your phone to some stranger, to some unknown person, okay, he can take out your SIM card and can misuse it, because all your OTPs are coming on your phone only. You know that these days, due to security issues, they have enhanced, even when you take out cash from ATM card, one OTP is sent to your phone also. Okay, so if somebody like some attacker is there, and he wants some financial help or financials, we want to steal some financial information from you, then SIM card is the basic requirement of that, behind which financial stealing can be safeguarded, and you need to safeguard it. So you need to use your common sense only, because everything and anything is written on it. We just blindly click next, 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 and we are not aware, but still without reading messages we click next, next, and this leads to our own loss. We need to definitely have antiviruses and anti-spywares, and once we are sharing files, okay, P2P file is being shared, in that you need to be very careful about what you are downloading, whether that particular email which you have got is like a genuine email sender, or some unknown person has mailed you. Okay. You should always...
Ma'am, just a gentle reminder, we've got last 5 minutes left.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for telling me. We are just about to finish.
Okay.
So we should be very careful while reading emails. Maybe that email is sent by some attacker. Okay, and if we open that email and there is some attachment to it and we download it blindly, like maybe there can be you have won this much prize and if you will download and install this particular software, you will get this much amount. So once you open that particular attachment, you download that attachment, your system may get affected. It may be virus, it may be malware. Okay. So another aspect which will keep you secure is that you need to safeguard your passwords. As I told you that strong passwords will lead to your security, your data security. So if anyone is having any kind of query, can contact me at currentfeed@cdeck.in. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. This was really important information, and we all use our Android or iPhones and our laptops, desktops for various things, be it social media accounts, be it emails, be it for office use, personal use, banking, and these security measures are really, really required for everybody. Ma'am, there are a few questions which we would like to ask you. So, shall I?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Okay, so you listed a few softwares, security apps for women. Would you recommend to all the women that they should at least download one of them?
Yes, as I told, I am Shakti and Nithya apps are very like good apps. They actually like even if you when we go to some crowded place, we being women we feel like there is some there's some kind of problem we are facing or some kind of person who is chasing us sometimes, and we want that we need that kind of security. Then you even need not to call. You just need to shake that particular app and it will report directly to the person you have given your contact number, and even sometimes to the women police cell. So they will come to protect you. So in this way, there are many apps, not these 3-4 apps which I have mentioned, not these one, but there are n number of apps which are there for women security. Okay, so when there are so many plus points of security, there are few helps which are also given to us in the form of applications, and we should use these applications in order to enhance our security. Here we are not just talking about data security, we are talking about overall security of each one of us. Okay, so once our data is protected, once we are protected, we are secure, only then this entire whatever evolution in technology we are facing, we are enjoying it, we can be fully enjoying it if our security is maintained.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ma'am. And with this message, we'll wrap up this conversation here. You rightfully said that if we secure our data, we'll be securing ourselves. Thank you so much, ma'am, for all this information and for being a part of this program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you to all our viewers for watching this program. This was really interesting, and we got some very important information in this entire program. If you have missed it, please watch it again on NCRT Official. We have learned so much in this particular program: how to secure your password, why is it so important, what is cyber security, and what is data security, what is digital footprinting. So this information is required and we all should be aware of it. So please watch it again if required, and stay here, don't go anywhere. We're coming up with another special program of ours, that is Sahyog, and the topic of discussion would be developing creativity among students. Stay here and keep on watching PM eVidya channels. Thank you once again. Namaskar.